Hey YouTube, this is Money Mindset Coach. My name is Valerie. I have a channel talking about saving money, spending money, frugality, anything that has to do with money. It's kind of like what I love to talk about. I had started another video, totally didn't have my mic in front of me, so here I go again. Hate it when I do that. Anyway, here I go. I am going to be talking today. I'm going to call this series Financial Fridays. And I already did one video on this book by Rachel Cruz, Dave Ramsey's daughter, Seven Money Habits. I have a video already about comparison and how comparison kills. This is a continuation, only what I'm talking about today is debt. Debt, to me, is a dirty four-letter word. I hate it. I only owe for my house, and that I'm not crazy about, but that's the only thing that I owe for. I don't owe anything else or anyone. And it's the first time in my life that I have been there. And so this video is going to be about debt, how we get into it, how we can get out of it, and a few other things thrown in. But first, before I forget, I'm going to talk about what I am wearing. This top is different, but you know what? I like things that are different. It has to have interest. And you can see how this top is connected. This opens up like this, and it comes down below my behind. And this is made by Multiples, is the name of the tag. And I'm going to do this from now on because so many times I have been sitting here, and the whole reason I'm even talking about this is because I am not buying clothes in the year 2024. Today is May 16th. I have not bought any clothes all this year. Every video that you see that I have posted and every video that you're going to see is I'm wearing something different every time. So you will see how many things that I had in my closet. And I have to say, some I've gotten rid of because I sit here and I'm sitting here for 20 minutes or whatever, and I'm looking at this. Sometimes by the end of the video, I'm like, I don't really like that anymore. Once you, because I used to be a hairdresser. What I was wearing, I would be in front of a mirror all day. Well, I'm not in front of a mirror all day, but I am when I'm doing my YouTube videos. I am sitting here seeing what I'm wearing. So I am not buying clothes in the year 2024. We are halfway through the month of May. I have not bought any clothes. And I got to tell you, I have not missed buying clothes. I haven't missed it at all. Absolutely not. But I bought this because I didn't have anything that had this kind of print, kind of paisley looking. I didn't have anything in my closet like that. And when I go to the thrift store, I'm always looking for something that looks different than what I already have. Why am I buying it if it already looks like what I already have? That's redundant to me. That has never made sense to me. So every time I go into the store, I am looking for something that has interest, number one, and looks different from anything else in my closet. So that's what I've done. The tag is Multiples, and I'm going to do this from now on. When I get ready for work in the morning and I'm doing a video at night, I'm going to check the tag. And then what I did this morning is I got online, went to the website for Multiples, and looked at what they had on their website and what the prices were. And I was kind of surprised, but most of the stuff on there is $60, $70, $80. I don't know what this cost. I got it at the thrift store. And I got 30% off the low price they already had on it, which was probably $5 or $6. So this was an expensive top when it was brand new, but I didn't pay hardly anything for it. This necklace I got at the thrift store. I don't buy jewelry there, but for some reason this caught my eye or something, and I really like it. It's very easy. I can put it over my head, and that's what I ended up wearing with this today. So anyway, that is what I'm wearing, and that is how much it would have cost. It was brand new. And I challenge anybody to, you could do this for the rest of the year. Not spend any money on clothes, just wear what you have. And you will save a lot of money. It's amazing. It is amazing. So anyway, I'm going to talk about debt. Debt usually is something that you get into because you don't have the money to buy the thing that you're using credit for. Number one, a house. Yeah, most people have mortgages. Mortgages aren't bad. They always call them good debt. I don't know. It's better. I would call it better. I wouldn't say it good. But very few people are going to have the cash to buy a house. But on the other hand, a house, because I was in real estate for a long time, a house appreciates in value. So that, yeah, you're paying interest, you're shelling out that payment, but at the end of 15 years or 30 years, if you choose to stay in that house is yours. Nobody can take it away from you. It is yours. If you spend 15 to 30 years paying rent, you don't own anything. Say you live in a house for 15 years and you don't pay it off. Maybe you have a 30-year mortgage. You sell it. It's worth more than what you paid for it. You come away with some money. That's a good thing too. So mortgages, yeah. That's the only thing. And even Dave Ramsey won't yell at people for having a mortgage. But there is times where renting is the perfect thing to do. And for a season, that's a good thing. But buying real estate is a good thing. And I'm not just saying that because I was in real estate for a long time. I really, truly believe that. But next in line, the next biggest ticket thing that you will buy is a car. Cars are ridiculous. The price of cars is as much as what houses used to be. Actually, with what I paid for this house, people are paying that for cars. That's nuts. Absolute nuts. Because that car is not appreciating. It's going down in value. And then if you have a 72-month payment on it, that car is an old car. If you bought it brand new, that car is an old car by the time you pay it off. And then what are you going to do? You're going to have to turn around and buy another car. I'm going to talk about my oldest granddaughter right now. She's 16. Her dad bought her a car, a Honda Prius, that she bought from her aunt and uncle, my sister and her husband. And it's so wonderful that came from family. I think it's really special that they had a hand in that. Her Uncle Greg worked on that car. Her father helped her uncle, some of it, and worked on it and got it, working good. So that's special. But it's a Honda Prius. It's got a lot of miles on it, but this car has not cost her anything. And She has a real opportunity here, and I have not said this to her, but I am going to. She has the opportunity, if she does this right, she could maybe live a life without car payments. You know, this car hasn't cost her anything. She has got a job. She's going to help pay for the car insurance with a teenager. Any of you out there that have had a teenager and had them driving, you know how much that costs. She's helping with that. But she's in honors classes. She is going to be going to college. She's going to be getting scholarships. I mean, the world is her oyster, however you want to phrase it. But she has everything going for her. She is intelligent. She is beautiful. She has nothing but a bright future in front of her. And if she could do this car thing where she starts putting money aside now, or maybe when she's 18 or whatever, starts putting money aside, because this car she has isn't going to last forever. Nobody out there that has a car, no car lasts forever. And so maybe she puts money aside and she saves up for the next car. So then when this car breaks down or has something that's too expensive, that it's not worth fixing, she has the money to buy another car. I'm going to really be hoping that she'll do that. And the thing is her maternal grandparents are big Dave Ramsey people just like me. And yeah, she's got it on both sides of the family. So hopefully that will kind of rub off on her. But anyway, I'm extremely proud of her, and she just has a bright future in front of her. I've talked about a mortgage. I've talked about a car. Okay, we're down to credit cards. Credit cards. Why do you have credit card debt that isn't paid off at the end of the month? Instant gratification. Whatever you're buying, if you don't have the cash for it, you're buying it because you want it now. You don't wait. In my grandparents' time, and maybe even my parents' time, you saved up for it. You didn't immediately. I mean, credit cards, I think, started being a thing in the 50s. So during the Depression, for years, hundreds of years before, nobody was using credit cards. Nobody bought anything unless they had the money for it. Maybe, like, if you watch Little House on the Prairie and they go into Olson's Mercantile and they extend credit to certain people and then they pay it at the end of the month or something. I don't know if that was a thing. That's a TV show, so I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was cash on the barrelhead, which my mother always used that term, cash on the barrelhead. We're getting to the point to where we could end up being a cashless society. I really don't want to think about that. I really don't want to think about that. I work in a store where people will use their Apple Watch and pay. They use their phone and they pay. Most people will put a debit card in or a credit card. And the thing is when they pay, I don't know if it's a debit card or a credit card. I don't know. It just says Visa on my side of the register. But, if you're buying something on a credit card, that means you don't have the cash to buy it, which means you can't afford it. What if you just didn't buy something if you couldn't afford it? What if you saved up for it and you bought it 3 months from now? Wouldn't it be cooler to get it then than to get it instantly? We are just in a Gotta have it now society. And I think that, I mean, when you think of the trillions of dollars that the American consumer is in debt for, it's huge. Absolutely huge. And a large percentage of those people cannot pay the bill. They can't pay the credit card off at the end of the month. And that's bad. That's bad because then the credit card companies are making 22%, 28, 30%, whatever the interest rate is. They are making boatloads of money off people. And, you know, it's like that one thing that you bought. How much is it really going to cost you? And the thing is somebody might buy something with a credit card and they buy the thing on sale. Well, by the time you've got the thing paid off, you didn't get a sale from it. You ended up probably paying more than what the full price was, but you don't think about it that way. I started thinking about vacations the other day. And, you know, most people take that one big vacation once a year. I know when I was growing up, school got out, my dad had us packed up, and we were on vacation the day after the last day of school. And we were gone for 2 weeks. And then eventually he got to the point where he had 3 weeks of vacation that was paid. And so we were gone for 3 weeks. 3 weeks is a long time. I didn't like being gone that long. But he had us packed up and ready to go. Now, what we did as a family, and there were 4 kids, so there were 6 of us. We had a travel trailer. We had a cooler that had lunch meat and those kind of things. So we had food for breakfast and lunch. And then we would go out to dinner at night. So that was what my dad was paying for. He fed the rest of us. He fed us the rest of the time with what was in that cooler. Go into the grocery store. That was what we did. And it was very smart. And I saw that. I saw that growing up. But what about today? What could we do as far as vacations? This is still possible. This is still something that any of us can do. And maybe if you start doing this system and what I'm about to say, maybe because of that, say you don't have any money saved. This is May. You don't have any money saved for a vacation this summer. You might not be able to go on that big vacation, but right now you could decide where you're going next year. Look into the lodging. Look into how far, how many miles it is. Figure out how much your gas is going to cost. And I mean, gas costs is, you know, that's variable. So you just have to figure as best you can. Figure in activities. With the internet, it's the easiest thing in the world. You put in where you want to go, they will list all the things there are to do. There are free things. There are things that cost money. There's things that cost a lot of money. You know, pick out a few things. You know, if you're going to be gone 5 days, see what is feasible to do in that amount of time. Throw something free in there. Know what your budget is. And then add it all up. Add it up of what you think your best estimate is of what this vacation is going to cost you. And then every month, start putting it aside. And then next year, you have the money to go on this vacation. You come home. You don't owe for that vacation. No interest, no credit card bill. You don't owe anything. But you had a really great time with your kids, with your family. What do you do when you get home? You figure out where you're going the next year. And you do the same thing all over again. So you never are putting a vacation on a credit card. You have it mapped out. You have it planned. anything, anything to do with money, you have to be intentional. And if you're intentional, that means a plan. And I am a big planner. I have a plan A. I'll have a plan B, maybe even a plan C. I like contingency plans. I like things mapped out. Um, Basically, me and my boyfriend, in July, it'll be 8 years that we've been together. We're not married, so I look at the day we met, July 30th, as our anniversary. That is what that is. And I said to him a week or so ago, I'm like, you know what? I want to go. I want to go somewhere the end of July for our anniversary. And I told him, I said, I want to go to Hannibal, Missouri. There's a lot of neat caves there. It's big Mark Twain land, you know. If you live in Missouri, Mark Twain's big. He's big. There's even a national forest that's named after him. And I've always wanted to go there. And there's a lot of historical things. I mean, is it the most romantic place? No. But we're not going to be there for a week. We're going to be there Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 3-day thing. We can have a nice time. We can go places. We can have a good time. And it'll be a little getaway. And right now, what I'm doing, this is July, so it's not like a year from now. But we're only going to be gone for a few days. So cost-wise, that's the other thing. Hannibal is not that far from where we live. So the cost to get there isn't going to be much. I don't think, I mean, lodging can be pretty expensive, you know, when you're staying somewhere. But, you know, it'll be Saturday night, Sunday night, come back on Monday. So we have 2 nights. We'll have dinner Saturday, dinner on Sunday, and then we'll get home on Monday. So we'll have 2 dinners out, 2 nights of lodging, small amount of gas to get there. You know, it's not going to be a super expensive trip. We have gone all the way out to Utah and Colorado. We've done that and spent a whole lot more money. But, you know, we're not going that far. What it is it's time together and it's time away. Now, say you are going to save for that big vacation next year. What are you going to do this summer? Look around at what is in your area. Be a tourist in your own town. Think about if people come to your town, where would they go? What's a cool place? What's a place you've never been to because you live there and you see it all the time? I live in a tourist town. And there are things in my town I have not experienced yet. I could do that. You can be a tourist in your own town or go to the next biggest city. St. Louis is about an hour and 15 minutes from here. The zoo is free. You know, Forest Park is amazing. I mean, it's bigger than Central Park in New York City. It's an amazing park. It's free. It's got a lot of neat stuff inside the park. It's really cool. You know, this Monday, I'm going to the Cardinal game with my oldest son. And he called me up the other morning and he said, hey, he says the Cardinals have $5 tickets because they will do that. They'll do that every once in a while and you can really take advantage and you can get tickets for $5 a piece. And you know I'm frugal, but I have gone to Cardinal games and I've had a protein bar in my purse. I have, one time I went to get in the gate and I had a water bottle that had half water in it. They wouldn't let me in because the thing is, they didn't know what that was. And the woman looked at me and she said, well, if you go empty it, we can let you in with it. And so I did. And I went to a drinking fountain. They have them all over. I came into the park and filled up my water bottle. You know, it was just a Aquafina or something like that. You know, it was a bottled water that I bought. But the bottle was still good. I filled it up and that's what I drank. I didn't spend a lot of money on food. You can. You can spend a boatload on food at the ballpark, but you don't have to. You can go to a Cardinal game. You park for $10. You have to walk a little ways if you're going to pay $10. You're going to pay $20 if you're closer to the stadium. But if you want to park farther out, you only pay $10 to park. And then you get your steps in walking to the stadium, which is what I like. I get a lot of steps in when I go to a ball game. Cardinals aren't doing that great right now, but you know what? I don't really care. I don't care. I love to be in the ballpark for an evening game, have the sun go down and the lights of St. Louis light up, and everything is cooled off by then. It's beautiful. And seeing a ball game, a major league ball game live, I love that. And I can do it for a very, very small amount of money. It all depends on how you want to do it. You can spend a boatload of money or you can spend a little bit. You can wait for those $5 tickets or you can pay, a lot of money being right down on the field. I mean, it all depends on the money that you have. If you have the money for that, I actually know people that are, when it comes to money, they're wealthy people. They are wealthy people. But the thing is they are frugal in the things that don't mean that much to them, but they are more than willing to spend nicely for an experience or a trip or something like that because they have the money to do that. I think that's great. They spend money on the things that matter and they don't spend money on the things that do. And so many times I think a lot of people think that if somebody's got, if they're a millionaire, they just think that they spend boatloads of money on everything because they have so much money. And true wealthy people don't do that. They are still frugal in a lot of ways. They don't go hog wild. The people that are smart, the people that have paid off houses, that drive cars for years, and they're nice cars, nothing wrong with them, but they drive them for years. Why buy another car? If your car still looks good and it runs and it gets you where you have to go, why? That's that self-gratification. That's whoever, comparison or the Joneses next door or whatever, telling you, and you see them get a new car, and that makes you want to have a new car. No, you don't have to do that. And there's nothing wrong with keeping the car you have. And I have another camera now that I can do video with. And I'm going to be doing a video coming up on my Acura TSX. It's a 2011. I bought it from my oldest son, paid $7,000 for it, cash, don't owe for it. Looks great. It's not perfect. It's got 192,000 miles on it, but a couple weeks ago I drove 300 miles. I took a trip to go see my great nephew that I had not met yet. I drove it. It did fine. It did fine. It ran and ran. It actually has an engine. It's one of the best Honda engines that the more it runs, the better it runs. I mean, it could just run forever. Maybe the transmission won't go that far, but the engine will. And so that's what I'm betting on. But I'm gonna keep driving this car for a long time. But I'm gonna do a video on it. But what I need to do, and this is what's good about good about YouTube, is I'm gonna make sure that when I make that video, that the car is clean on the inside and the outside, even the engine. Everything is gonna look real good. So I end up getting clean, detailed car out of it, which I do myself because I'm not paying somebody else. And then I'm going to do a video and I'm going to show you what $7,000 can get you. So I'm excited about that. I'm actually really looking forward to that. But anyway, that is all that I have for now. I hope that what I've said has value. You know, I just have lived 66 years and I have made the money mistakes that I know now were stupid. And I've gotten so much smarter. And so if I can help anybody not make some of the stupid decisions that I made years ago, if I can do that for one person, I will be thrilled. I will absolutely be thrilled. So anyway, if you like this video, please hit like. Subscribe. If you would like to subscribe, I thank you everybody who has subscribed. It just thrills my heart. I'm doing this because I love it. I'm not doing this. I'm not trying to get rich doing YouTube. You have to be really something to get rich doing this. But you know what? If it ends up supplementing my income, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled because it's something I am enjoying doing. I am not hating doing this. I am enjoying it. And if I can help anybody, if anybody can learn from my experience, that's all I want. That is all I want. So anyway, I say what I always say, use it up, wear it out, make it do without. Till next time, bye.